Yo, what's cracking everyone? Ericship 111 here. So, as I'm sure many of you know, back in the beginning of 2023, several developers, including the creative director for Forza Horizon 5, Mike Brown, announced their departure at Playground Games to start up their own gaming studio known as Maverick Games. It was certainly news that surprised many of us within the Horizon community, as some of these developers have been with Playground Games for many years, helping launch several Forza Horizon titles. This then left us wondering, why did they leave? Well, when the news first broke out, Mike Brown spoke to GameIndustry.biz and revealed that he ultimately wanted to leave so that he could create a new team where trying new things and taking creative risks are celebrated within their studio, which was perhaps something that was never truly given to him over at Playground Games, because we all have to remember, at the end of the day, Playground Games is owned by Microsoft, and if the people in the big suits say no to an idea or whatever that may be, then it doesn't matter if you are the creative director, it's not going to make it into the game. Now, I do remember vividly during this period, Forza Horizon 5 was on a relative steep decline. The game was introducing subpar content on a monthly basis, recycling cars that were literally just taken out from their previous title, only to then be reintroduced as new cars back in Horizon 5 like we wouldn't notice, as well as huge collaborations with the likes of Donut Media that ended up being totally underwhelming. A lot of players were not happy, including myself, and once we heard that Mike Brown left, as well as some of the other Playground game developers, a lot of fingers were pointed, and some were even directly pointed towards Mike Brown, which I thought wasn't exactly fair, because we don't truly know who's responsible for the extremely lackluster first year of Forza Horizon 5. Yes, sure, I am well aware that it is quite coincidental that once Mike Brown and several of the other developers did leave, Forza Horizon 5 and their monthly updates all of a sudden got much better. But was that maybe because Microsoft realized, oh wait a minute, perhaps we should give the developers a little more creative freedom, otherwise we might lose even more developers, which we can't afford right now, as Forza Horizon is currently one of our most successful IPs at the moment? Was the base map, despite being the largest in the franchise, feel so empty because Microsoft wanted to launch this game as a cross-gen title, thus handcuffing what Mike Brown envisioned with Horizon 5 Mexico? We will never truly get the answers to these questions, but the good news is, not only has Forza Horizon 5 gotten far better with their monthly content during the past year and a half, as I'm sure most of you know, and I truly believe that Forza Horizon 6 is in good hands at the moment with the current team over at Playground Games, but Maverick Games has just recently announced that they have partnered up with Amazon Games as their publisher, and they have also revealed that their first title they're making will be a narrative-led open-world driving game. Honestly, to me, this sounds like a win-win situation. Them leaving has literally created another open-world racing game IP that could potentially take on the Forza Horizon series. And I say this because for those who don't know, Mike Brown has a lot of experience when it comes to racing games. He's worked on Drive Club, MotorStorm, he was the game designer, senior game designer, and principal game designer for Forza Horizon 2 through to Forza Horizon 4 before becoming the creative director for Forza Horizon 5. So he's been around, and more specifically, very familiar with the Forza Horizon franchise. So I have no doubt that he knows what works for this genre and what doesn't, as well as what players would like to see. And the fact that their first title will be an open world driving game that is narrative led, which is of course something that has been heavily criticized in the Forza Horizon series, shows that he and his team is willing to create an open world racer to fill the gaps that the Forza Horizon series most likely never will. And that to me does sound incredibly exciting. Compound that with several other ex-Playground game developers on his side, their ever-expanding team which now consists of 62 developers, all with various expertise and experience from other huge titles like Call of Duty, Sea of Thieves, Cyberpunk 2077, as well as the studio's overall ethos where taking risk is heavily encouraged. This could be the recipe for Maverick Games to deliver something truly special and release a game that's actually worthy of taking on the Forza Horizon series. Mike Brown stated in a recent interview that lots of driving games have amazing gameplay, amazing content, but to really cross that bridge to become a game that people genuinely love, then there needs to be that human connection where you're actually rooting for these characters, falling in love with these characters. That I think is a place where our game will be able to really differentiate itself from the other titles in this genre. There's nothing about this genre that prevents it from having amazing characters and amazing stories. It's just not really been explored yet. Now, given the current state of open world races, this could not be more true. For car enthusiast gamers, sure, in real life we have an emotional bond with the car we own, but in-game that doesn't necessarily always translate. The daily driver you've worked on for several years out in your own garage will always have a stronger connection to your daily driver you decide to choose in Forza Horizon 5. However, with characters in video games, no matter who it is, whether it's Master Chief from Halo, Marcus Phoenix from Gears of War, or even Trevor from GTA 5, we love these characters because we go through a journey with them through a compelling story told. And if somehow, someway, Maverick Games is able to come up with the next open world racer with characters that we truly feel for, kind of like Takumi Fujiwara from Initial D, then that will be incredible, as it really does give an extra layer to open world racing games that has been lacking for many years. Even Darius Flint, although Forza Horizon 1 didn't have the most compelling story, we still wonder 10 years on what really happened to him after his Ferrari was totaled in the in-game end credits, until it was all ruined by his return in Forza Horizon 5's 10-year anniversary update. But you know what I mean, right? The question is, can Maverick Games pull this off? I guess only time will tell. In terms of where they are in development so far, on their most recent podcast, they did reveal that a tech demo was made to essentially sign the deal with Amazon Games, and it was received with such positive feedback that the Amazon Game members couldn't stop playing the 40-minute demo, which is a good sign and also rather quick considering they only formed a year and a half ago. Now, for me, I'm going to leave the storytelling and characters to Maverick Games to surprise us with. However, as a die-hard Forza Horizon player, and as someone who has played many other open world racing games, please give us an open world racing game with physics similar to Forza Horizon. It's easily one of the main reasons why this series is so popular. Arcade handling has its place in this genre, but I think I can speak for many that Horizon 5 is the sweet spot, and if you want most of the player base in the open world racing genre, then this is the blueprint you're gonna have to go with. And the best part is, you and several other developers on your team have the knowledge to be able to replicate this. Also, give us car noises that sound ultra realistic, unique customizations that we have never truly seen before, and actually include a car list where it makes sense as to why this car is actually in the game, and perhaps assign them to one of the characters that will then be remembered for generations. Honestly, I can go on forever, but let me know what you guys think. Are you guys excited about Maverick Games' upcoming narrative-led open world racer? And what would you like to see? Share us your thoughts down in the comment section below, as I do read all of your comments, guys. But anyways, if you guys did enjoy today's video, please make sure to smash a thumbs up button, as it really does help me out. And of course, if you guys would like to stay up to date with everything Forza related, be sure to subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.